So I wasn't going to do my yearly Christmas movie reviews this year, mostly because I didn't think I would have enough time to get them all done. And then I started watching Christmas movies. That seemed to change my mind quickly. I slowly got into the Christmas spirit and had this desire to do a 2024 roundup of free Christmas movies you can watch online. So I'm back again with 7 streaming services where you can view some holiday gems or some holiday stinkers. This year is going to have to be a little more off the cuff and less scripted and edited, once again due to time. Today we'll focus on the streaming service Tubi. All these films are good, with various levels of quality and watchability. With that said, here I am with some holiday treats for Christmas of 2024. Here comes Tubi. Christmas vs. the Walters. Christmas vs. the Walters is a 2021 American indie Christmas comedy directed by Peter D'Amato and starring Shawnee Smith, oh the luscious, beautiful Shawnee Smith, and Bruce Dern. In July 2021, Saphir Entertainment acquired worldwide distribution rights to the film, which was released theatrically on November 5th of 2021. It was also released on VOD and digital platforms on November 26th of 2021. I mean, this movie is fucking corny, and without the cast could have easily fallen into the Hallmark or Lifetime category. Now, trust me when I say, although the story is not special, the cast are the ones who make the film enjoyable. I may be a little biased here, as I'm had a crush on Shawnee Smith since I first laid eyes on her. As a side note, I don't think she knows that I exist. It's a good, solid family drama. I mean, there's nothing new to it. You get your basic dysfunctional family, and it all revolves at the end about a dog, and the daughter adopted like a stray dog, and she thinks mom wants to separate her from the dog, but mom really wants the dog to be okay so she can have the dog. That's like the undertones of the story towards the end. It's a good, solid film. I really enjoyed it. I had some laughs, and Shawnee Smith is beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, and if anyone has her number, or give her my number, one or the other, and then that will be a very Merry Christmas for me at least. A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas is a 2011 American buddy stoner Christmas comedy film directed by Todd Strauss Schulson. The sequel to Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanama? I know the word too. Guantanamo Bay. Anyways, from 2008. It is the third installment in the Harold and Kumar franchise and stars John Cho, Kai Penn, and Neil Patrick Harris. The film follows estranged friends Harold Lee and Kumar Patel as they reunite to hunt for a Christmas tree. A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas was theatrically released in the United States on November 4th of 2011 by Warner Brothers. The film received generally positive critical reception. This movie was like a deja vu to me. I felt I've seen it already, and I thought I reviewed it, but I searched my videos and I haven't. I don't remember watching it, yet the whole film seemed familiar to me. It was a weird feeling, and I know I've seen this movie. I don't know where or how or why. The movie is very crass and inappropriate for this holiday season. For instance, one of the characters gets their dick stuck on a pole, and they actually show like a prosthetic dick or something, like a rubber dick or something stuck to a pole, in a homage to A Christmas Story. If you're like me and love potty humor and Christmas at the same time, you'll love this movie. It was stupid fun. You gotta have a certain sense of humor to like these certain types of movies, so yeah, don't think you're gonna enjoy it like I did, but I got a kick out of it. I loved it. Guantanamo Bay. See, I knew the word. See, I seen a few good men. Neil Patrick Harris was in it, and he's always plays an outstanding character. He's always funny, and I love the guy to death. And he plays a straight guy who's gay, but he's really gay in real life, so that's pretty funny. And Danny Terrio is in it. It was just a great movie. I had such a great time with it. It's not your traditional Christmas movie, and that's probably why I liked it. I love traditional Christmas movies, but this was just something different. That's a good word for it. Different. Check it out. And speaking about a different type of Christmas movie, Scrooge and Marley is a 2012 film adaptation of the Charles Dickens 1843 novella, A Christmas Carol. You might have heard of it before, which is retold from a gay perspective, co-directed by a Richard Knight Jr. and a Peter Nevelant. Also features David Pevsner as Ebenezer Ben Scrooge. The film adaptation received a mixed critical reception. The filming occurred in Chicago in May of 2012. Man's Country Bathhouse was used to portray the disco club. The film was partially crowdfunded through an Indiegogo campaign, which ended on August 15th of the same year. Co-writer Richard Knight Jr. was inspired by watching a gay couple in a 2005 film, The Family Stone, for an idea of creating a gay-themed holiday film, which later evolved into the adaptation of Dickens. I don't know if the irony is lost on anyone, the fact that a gay movie is from a Dickens classic. I just thought of that just now. A Christmas Carol and retelling it in a modern gay perspective. As a side note, The Family Stone was a good movie. I reviewed it in a previous video, but I digress. Knight noted that while the LGBT now plus community, historically not having fair representation in films and television, made some filmmakers reluctant to include a gay villain, the film crew decided to have gay portrayal of black-hearted Ebenezer Scrooge. Why can't you have a gay villain? Why not? Where was I? The film crew decided to have a gay portrayal of a black-hearted Ebenezer Scrooge, who Knight said actually redeems himself in the film and is a good guy in our story. Do you mean only gay guys can be good guys? Is that what you're saying here? I don't know. Whose background and history are explained in the film. I watched this movie out of pure curiosity. I've seen many interpretations of the Scrooge tale in the film over the years. Watching a gay version never even occurred to me. I wanted to see how it was handled. This movie was okay. Here's my issue as a straight white cracker with privilege, apparently. People like to talk about stereotypes and not base people on stereotypes. This movie had every gay stereotype possible. How are you going to have people dismiss stereotypes if you're playing them? I feel the same about every ethnic group there is. You can't have it both ways. No pun intended for this movie. You can't have it both ways when it's convenient for you. The stereotypes aren't something made up. They don't come from a void someplace. No one wants to talk about that because it's not socially acceptable. Just a thought I had while watching this. This movie doesn't really know what it wants to be at times. Is it a serious drama? Is it some flamboyant comedy? Is it a hybrid? I was hoping they would play it straight, no pun intended, and they did on a certain level. This film was extremely low budget. It looked like they filmed it in each other's apartments. The acting was acceptable. All I can say is it wasn't terrible. That's all I got for you. Homophobes will hate it, homosexuals will love it, and someone like me will, next. A Christmas Carol, this time out, is a 2000 British crime fantasy television film written by Peter Bowker that first broadcast on ITV on December 20th of 2000. The film is a modern adaptation of Charles Dickens' 1843 novella of the same name and stars Ross Kemp in the role of Eddie Scrooge, a cruel and unscrupulous loan shark who brings misery to the residents of a poor housing estate until he is haunted by ghosts who place him in a time loop. By the way, ITV obviously is a British broadcasting network. The film was one of the number of projects offered to Kemp as part of his gold handcuffs deal with ITV following his departure from EastEnders, whatever the hell that is. 9.41 million viewers watched the film on its debut Wednesday night broadcast. The film is also regularly repeated on ITV3 during the build-up to Christmas each year. I've come to the realization I've seen enough of Ebenezer Scrooge in his various forms. Has there been a dog Scrooge yet? I won't be shocked if there was one. Or a pig, or a horse Scrooge. Has there been a horse Scrooge? Has there ever been a woman Scrooge? This one started on its own right after Scrooge and Marley, when you're watching a Tubi movie and then one ends and then they start another one and so on. So this one just automatically started for me. And I was in the middle of something, unable to turn it, something else. So I let it run. And as it went, I became very interested in it. It's probably not a movie I would have chosen. I suppose it was fate, as it wasn't half bad. I'm glad Tubi decided to make my decisions for me this time out. And I also needed one more film to reach my 5-film goal for each video, so it all worked out. For a cool spin to a classic story, I would really encourage you all to give this one a try. It's unique, it's different, but it was good. It was well acted, and it's the typical A Christmas Carol story, but with many, many different elements thrown into it. So yeah, watch it, she. Yeah, go watch it, she. Alright, this one's just an old familiar friend. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas is a 1977 television special directed by Jim Henson based on the 1971 children's book of the same name by Russell Hoban, itself inspired by The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. The special features characters from Hoban's novel in a teleplay adapted by Jerry Jewell. The special features narration by Kermit the Frog here, who tells the story of Emmett Otter and his widowed ma, a a poor family of otters who struggled to get Christmas presents for each other as a result of their financial situation. The special was produced by Jim Henson's company and first premiered on CBC. CBC or CBS? I'm not sure if that's a misquote. December 4th of 1977. The special received positive reviews from critics and audiences and would later be syndicated in the years that followed, with airings on HBO, that's where I saw it, in 1978 and ABC in 1980. In 2019, it was announced that a film remake, oh, I didn't know of this, of Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas was in the works to be directed by Brett McKenzie. That would be cool. That would be something I would go see. In watching this, I'm surprised the cancel culture misfits haven't attacked this for Emmett's mom being portrayed like a black southerner from the 1940s or some shit like that. I mean, they took Aunt Jemima syrup off the shelf after all, because they thought that was racist. Not once did I ever put Aunt Jemima syrup on my pancakes and think racist thoughts. I just thought it was syrup. Anyways, so this doesn't hold, as an adult, this doesn't really hold up. I mean, it's very childish. I think an adult's not going to sit down and watch this by himself. Most adults aren't going to sit down and watch this by themselves. They're going to sit down with a child and watch this. But watching it by myself, I could appreciate this time out the craftsmanship of the sets and the puppets and all the props and the vehicle and everything. So this time out, I just watched it with different eyes, and I still enjoyed it just as much. So I very much, especially if you have children, recommend this. And if you're just an adult and you appreciate the fundamentals of movie making and television making and what goes into it, and just checking out the fundamentals of all that, I would highly recommend that for you as well. So I'll put all the links to these movies down in the description for you. And just as a heads up, I'd like to show you where I get these movies every time. This time of year, you're going to see, if you just go directly to Tubi, it's usually going to be at the top. It's going to be holiday hits, as you can see, Magical Christmas Love, and so on and so forth. If it's any time of year, say it's October or September, and that's when I usually start watching the movies, because it takes me a while to get through them all and critique them, I just put in Tubi Christmas movies, and then this will come up, as you can see, watch free hits, Christmas hits, and then it will come up with a list of movies, and then I just go through them and try to find the best ones I possibly can. So that's how I do that for Tubi. Gals and guys, I hope you appreciated this. I hope you got some movie ideas out of this, and we've got 6 more to go. I appreciate you as always if you can please subscribe and share and like and hit the bell for updates. And a ho ho ho, we got 6 more days to enjoy each other before the holidays. So I won't wish you Merry Christmas yet, but how about a happy holiday so far? All right, I'll talk to you later. Peace.